Hello everyone, this is Dambo here. I'll be discussing my IWE8 clear with E0 operators. Now, the story begins actually when a CN player messaged me on trying out this stage with only E0 operators, and they sent me their best attempt, which you can see here, they only managed to get half HP of the boss. And from the discussions with them, I used their squad as a base, only replacing two operators in my own strategy, which is Waifu for Gravel and Warfriend for Mouse, as you can see here. And without further ado, I'm going to head right into it. Now, the key with this boss is that we are forced to DPS the boss very fast and aggressively, since we are on a time limit of 10 minutes, which really restricts what we can do. As you can see here, this play is quite aggressive with Amiya and Click and Ling already attacking the boss right away. Now this is why E0 players really love Breeze, because of her ability to double heal. As you can see here, if you let her heal once, right, and if you activate her S1, she gets double the heal, which is much more useful at Palofis as E0. If you remember, I mentioned that I replaced Waifu for Gravel. The reason I did that is because, again, I'm forced to be more aggressive, so I needed someone who had not a lot of DP so I can deploy my more important units like Ifrit and Neural fast at the start. And Gravel doesn't have much DP, and she can take a hit to bait more of the enemy boss's attacks compared to Waifu who can't. And from there on, then phase 1 of the boss is pretty much complete. You'll have Breeze and Nightingale constantly hitting Amiya, and we are baiting the boss every once in a while with Gravel or one of Link's dragons so that Amiya can get healing from Breeze and Nightingale. I'm just going to jump right when the boss is about to die. Now, when we hit into phase 2, again, we're under time crunch. We need to get as much time as possible. What we're going to do here is actually do glitch. Well, you could call it a glitch, but technically it's a feature, which involves these dragons. When you kill one of these dragons, and there's no one else on the field, they're going to drop objects. And these objects, when you kill them, while that orb of the flames is in the area, it counts towards the spawn kill count for the boss. The boss requires 20 enemies on the field to be killed. You can kill those objects. Killing those objects counts as filling up that meter. So to get the boss to spawn right away in phase 2, we want two of these guys to die at the same time, which is really tricky. We want Ifrit to attack both of this dragon specifically here and here at the same time and die. To help with that, we're going to use Ling's dragon to deal the additional DPS on this other dragon here to get them killed at the same time. It's important to note though that the glitch only works when there's no enemy on the field, so Ethan's right there to killing the rest of the objects. You can see, again, and right here, no enemies are on the field, these two guys die. So they drop all these objects, and as soon as the orb appears, right about now, as soon as the orb appears, the boss needs 20 enemies killed for it to spawn. We have all these enemies here which are objects, so when Ethan kills them all, boom, the boss spawns right away, saves us more time. And with that, phase 2 is basically the same as phase 1 strategy, because now we have to deal with a tail attack, so we can just throw in Gravel or a dragon. And this is where you see the use of Mouse right here. Mouse helps debuff the boss, which will help Amiya survive now as soon as Breeze's and Nightingale's S1s are gone. Since we have Pure Stream here for additional healing, that buff helps Amiya tank normal attacks. And that's why I replaced Mouse from Warfriend as I optimized her. Again, phase 2 is basically phase 1, you know, constantly bait the boss a bit, let Amiya take a hit. Yep. And that's when you head to phase 3, right here. Again, with phase 2, we want to do the glitch again to get the boss to spawn early. This time though, we don't want it to spawn instantly, so we just need to kill one of these guys. Again, we can just jump to where we're about to do the glitch. This time the requirement is not that difficult. All we have to do is make sure there's only one guy on the field blocked by Nyan. We got this guy being killed by the dragon here. Yep. Go back a bit here. Okay. Now there's no enemy on the field except this one dragon. So we're going to use this opportunity to have Nyan stall as long as possible to get all our operators in position, and then we have to have the objects spawn. When one of those dragons die, they drop in 15 objects. The boss requires 20 enemies killed, so it will fill up 15 out of 20 to get the boss to spawn. Again, we're trying to kill the boss as fast as possible. As you see how aggressive our plays are, we have Mia and Ling right in facing the boss. We got Ifrit and Click also facing the boss right away. We're not trying to survive the lasers for long, we're just trying to kill it as fast as possible. And again, I deploy Ethan here so I can kill the object as soon as the orb is online. And as soon as we hit 20 objects, we get the boss to appear right away. Again, the reason why though I have Mia is because of her art style. 6% art style. The boss doesn't attack half physical opponents. And having her in the front with this dodge ability will help her survive long. And it's important to note here, all the operators here are near the medics, because anyone else not in the medic's range are going to die. They cannot survive that laser. However, if we go past when the laser does pass, right here, we see Ling's dragon is still alive, which really it shouldn't be, because it would have died since it was in the front of the laser. However, this is what was discovered during my attempts on this stage, is that if an operator is in front of another operator, that other operator, okay, so if, for example, you see Amia here is in front of Ling. Ling is going to take half damage. The operator in front of this Ling's dragon is Ifrit. Because she's there, the dragon is going to take half the damage from the laser. It doesn't matter that Ifrit's not in front of the dragon as well. The game said only the existence of an operator to the leftmost of the unit will cause it to have reduced damage from the laser. It didn't say it had to be in front of the dragon. Which was actually really surprising, because I'm saying this now, but at this time, I didn't know why that dragon survived. It was really surprising, but even then, I just continue on saying, okay, the dragon's alive, this is great, I don't know why, let's just keep going, right? And at this point, we're just trying to DPS boss as fast as possible, we're running out of time, and we're not going to survive for long. And at one point right here, I'm actually timing my retreat of Ling here, because Ling cannot stay in this position. As soon as the boss does its cross lightning attack, it's going to also attack Ethan and Nyan. And we don't want that to happen. So I'm trying to keep her on the field as long as possible to deal some additional damage and then retreat her right away. Which you can see here, as soon as I retreat her, it was just right in time since the boss did the lightning attack right as the next attempt. So had Ling still be there, Nyan and Ethan would also continue to get damage, and it would just make it harder for them to survive. And at this point, I'm just getting desperate. I'm just throwing bodies. I'm trying to just get as much chip damage as possible in the boss, because really, I cannot survive the next laser. Right. And really, this is when it was really impressed by Ethan's luck right here. Dodging everything on that laser. It's the fact that Ethan's still alive helps Mousy on the bottom left to still survive. Distracts the boss from attacking her. In fact, when Ethan distracted the boss with this tail attack, that was the final moment where this clear was locked in. Because now I can retreat him and I deployed Amiya. And when that happened, when the first clear happened like that, I was really at a loss for words, because again, I didn't understand why that Ling Dragon survived the first time. It was pretty euphoric. this is one of the hardest clears I did. Well, compared to NLX, except NLX, that was pretty hard too. But this one, I actually played it, and I'm really proud of it actually. And yeah, so if you can leave a like, comment, that would be appreciative, and subscribe for more Danbo content in the future. See ya.